or two. We snuck in a couple post-ups or two. No three balls tonight, but a little variety there. But yeah, certainly, I think gave us a lot of confidence. But obviously, we guarded really well. This team's been averaging 127 a game over their last 5, I think. We rebounded extremely well tonight, both ends.
You talked about the defense and
Mm-hmm.
menu expanding
Mm-hmm.
off that. Just what do you feel like has most clicked into place, like to allow you to do that and to continue to run your offense?
Yeah, I mean, so we played 2 different man-to-man defenses tonight, and we played 2 different zones tonight. So that's the first thing. We got a little bit of a menu, which we've been using lately. And then in the man-to-man stuff, they're just doing such a better job of handing off personnel to each other. Like they're communicating really well when we're doing a lot of switching, but when there's a little on big, we somehow find a way to get our big back on the big and our little back on a somewhat, better matchup. And then the adjustments, there's a ton of adjustments that go with that, and we don't have a ton of them down, but we got a good handful of them down. Yeah.
Kelly had that stretch in the third quarter with 3 offensive rebounds that I think all led to open three-point shots, and 2 of them went in.
Awesome.
3 steals, having that sequence with the 3, and then draws the offensive foul. I guess, does this feel like sort of the optimal version of Kelly within this team? Is something like what he did today?
He did a great role there, right? Like he got on the glass, he guarded all night long, he played really tough, and then it's not that easy to kind of only take a 3 every 18 minutes or something, like, you know what I mean? Like, and he stuck a couple of them. So yeah, I mean, he was fighting like heck for rebounds. He was fighting like heck on the defensive end, loose balls, all that stuff. Really, really great role playing job there for him. Right, 12 points in a great game.
Not a lot of Yablu in the second half.
Yep.
I don't think any Drummond. A lot of Jared. Was that just about sort of countering the pace that Chicago was playing at, starting 4 guards and going really small?
Yeah, I just, most of it, we start the second half with Jared again. It was pace and shooting, at least the appearance of shooting, spacing out there. And then I felt like Joel played a good chunk of minutes, and I just again wanted Yabu for some spacing when Joel was out. Just that goes like that sometimes. Certain guys don't quite fit in a game, but they're playing 4 guards all the time. Yeah.
The fact that you guys have 4 days off now, did that contribute to feeling comfortable having Joel go 33?
Gonna have to see how he comes out of it, obviously, but yeah, that was factored in. Yeah.
First career triple-double for Tyrese. I guess what were you seeing from him, not just as a scorer, but all around? Was he doing well?
Well, I really like the assists and the rebounds. I know when he's hitting Joel a lot and Joel's rolling, those are going to rack up pretty fast. But love the defensive rebounding for him. It's not been asking him to become a better defensive rebounder. So chasing the ball, good. That's my favorite part. And I thought he's still not shooting like we know he can shoot, right? But he turned on the jets and got to the rim at some pretty opportune times, I thought. Yeah.
You mentioned that first quarter. Did you feel pretty good being on the bench?
Yeah, I thought I said it on the bench a couple times. I was like, whoa, we could be down so we're playing so bad, right? Really bad. And I said it to I looked down, we were down 5 like with a couple minutes ago. I was like, how are we down 5? And yeah, I did feel pretty good.
When Tyrese and Jared are on the court together, you could look at it and say, well, they're 2 kind of undersized guards relatively, but at least the results so far have been really promising even on the defensive end. What are you seeing from that duo or the guys behind them that have allowed that?
Yeah, so they had some early season struggles defensively. We just have really worked on getting them to play a lot bigger and more physical, and they've done it. They've stood in there and just used a little more. Like Jared's really strong. There's no reason why he can't be a good defender, right? He's big, can play a lot bigger than his size. Just wasn't, but he is now a little bit. And we're doing a good job of, again, like I mentioned before, we're doing a good job of getting them back to matchups after something happens where they're not totally mismatched, right? So we're doing a pretty good job of that. Yeah.
How do you plan to, this is like a weird stretch in the schedule where there's like 2 games in 10 days or whatever,
Yeah, we have tomorrow off, and training camp starts on Tuesday. Yeah, that's what I told them. We're gonna practice, man, and work on a bunch of stuff we need to get better at. All week.
Joel's minutes in the fourth, was that sort of within the bounds of the?
It's pretty close. It was pretty close, yeah. He was feeling really good. He wanted to play. He's feeling good, yep.
You talked about Drummond and Oubre, just the idea that sometimes there's a game that's not for a certain guy, just a matchup that doesn't work. I guess, how have you learned to communicate that to players when, they're gonna wanna play big minutes every night, of course?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of always constant communication. I think that there's nights, even with Caleb, KJ, some of those guys, it's just not going to roll. Some nights it's not going to roll their way, right? So I think it's a kind of a general conversation we have a lot. And the one thing I do believe in, if it is rolling your way, like KJ Martin the other night, you're gonna play the whole time, right? So I think they all know that kind of give and take a little bit, where if there's going to be some short stint nights, but there's also going to be some long ones to kind of even out the minutes. Yeah.